Right, Paul, firstly we spoke with ALeague yesterday. She said that she wants to see a reaction from the players. Have you seen that during the week?
Yeah, definitely. First day back in, there was a reaction. We had a good review. We had a good team meeting, and I think a lot of things were said that needed to be said around the performance on Sunday. So yeah, we've had a reaction, but the most important thing is to obviously see that on the pitch on Sunday.
Have you been able to put a finger on what went wrong and why there was a flat performance?
I don't think it's necessarily one thing, but lots of things have kind of like added up to that. It was definitely kind of the flattest performance we've had of the season, especially at home, where we've been full of energy and raring to go, and often taking it to the opposition and pressing high. We just couldn't really find that energy and that rhythm at all. So yeah, pretty disappointing performance. I think we're all quite gutted. I think sometimes, in football, you win, you lose, you draw, and when you lose, you want to lose at least like going down, fighting and playing your way and doing it your way. So that was what was most disappointing about the weekend, is we didn't even really show much of our identity as a team at all, and lost the game. So that they're the hardest ones to swallow. Does
much have to change then, or you just need to go back to what was working?
Yeah, just rediscovering what we're all about, and we've talked about that, and especially in our sort of tactical preparations, like what we're about, what we've been good at, what's been getting us to success, and what's kind of enabled us to perform in good ways. And last time out, we played Western Sydney. We were very good. It was probably arguably our best performance of the season. So we've got kind of a good memory of that first game. But yeah, for us, we just need to focus on ourselves. I think, Sydney are going to provide actually like a pretty tough test, because they're on good form, and they've really changed. Since the change of coach, they've really sort of like got a lot more solid and obviously picked up a lot more points. So definitely something we need to be aware of, but the main focus for us is just getting ourselves right and getting back to what we do.
Yeah, I think after that 3-0 win over Western Sydney, you mentioned that you see them going to pick up a lot of points in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What did you see then, and what have you seen in the last few games where they have picked up points?
Yeah, just organisation, I think togetherness. As I say, even in that game in Sydney, even though we were dominating the ball, because we were playing against 10 players for a lot of the game, right? And so it's going to be like that. But I just felt that they were still like working real hard for each other, trying to like block the spaces, and their ideas were good. But I think it was very early days with the change, and with like Jeff coming in. So like now that I guess he's had that time to kind of work with them, and they've kind of like over a number of weeks now been piecing that together, you can see, like they're good, they're well organised, they've got a plan, and so I think like that's credit to him and the job he's done there. Like he's really sort of like turned their fortunes around, and they're looking upwards now rather than over their shoulder, of course. But we're still in a stronger position at this point in terms of league and playoffs and stuff. So these are games, like against teams that are trying to compete to try and break into the six. So these are games that we have to win. So it's for us, it's just, as I said before, like a lot of it's been internally focused on what we do and how we can get back to being the best version of ourselves.
I think for the past couple of games, you've spoken about how these games are must-wins pretty much. I suppose it's the same kind of situation. Get 3 points.
Yeah, look, it feels like it. The weeks are kind of going down, and the more you don't catch up, the more you give yourself to do. I guess it's not kind of necessarily mathematically a must-win, because we're only 4 points away, and teams around all those positions are not necessarily picking up points every week either. So you don't know how many wins it's going to take to get you into the six, but we've got a target now. Like I think from our point of view, like we want to try and win every game, and especially like winning our home games. I think we're all pretty disappointed with giving away that good record we had at Poirot, and we just got to start again and get back to winning ways.
Yeah, and how do you get the fever back involved? Because I suppose because the team was a bit flat, they were probably a bit flat last week too. Yeah,
it definitely wasn't the same buzz in Poirot Park last week. And as you say, it kind of works both ways at that place. Like if the team aren't doing it, the crowd don't pick up, and vice versa. So look, the only way you can do that is to have that real positive energy on the pitch and create moments that get people excited and off their seat. And once that begins and you start having chances and goal scoring opportunities, then the noise builds and kind of like, and you get that momentum. So it's our responsibility to start that process, and then hopefully the fans will get excited and get behind us.
Grace Jarley missed last week. Was she close to being considered for this week?
Yeah, she's getting pretty close. I think she's probably ahead of the schedule that we originally had on return from international duty. So she's doing a great job and working real hard to be back. She's definitely like doing some rehab training now, and so yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully she continues on that upward curve and could potentially be available for the Sydney game. So that's the target at the moment.
Otherwise, everyone's pretty much, ready to go.
Yeah, look, we've got some, I think this stage of the season, like tiredness and knocks and niggles. So there's a few things we've been managing this week, but I don't think anything really significant at this point. So yeah, really Grace, apart from obviously Ella and Bex who have been out for the season, Grace is really the only one at this stage that's definitely out. So yeah, we'll hopefully have everyone else available and yeah, be able to kind of put the team out on the park that can win the game this weekend.
Olivia Ferguson's now scored in back-to-back games. What do you think that's done to her confidence, and have you seen anything different in training since that?
Yeah, look, I'm so pleased for her. She's just given so much to this team, like on and off the pitch, and so much of it is unseen as well, I think. She contributes a lot to the environment, to the team, to the culture. So she's been working so hard for this. I know like there was a period where it was kind of like on her mind, playing on her mind. So for her to score 2 in 2 now has been fantastic. I think for her confidence, you can see it like on the training pitch this week. She just looks that little bit more sharper and ready to take the chances. We've been doing lots of work on our finishing with the forward group, and she's been hitting the back of the net pretty regularly. So I think any striker gets confidence from goals, and this has certainly helped her out. So yeah, let's hope that continues, because all those things are just going to help us with that running.
And Lara Wall yesterday was asked about making the playoffs. She was adamant that the team has the capability and will do it. Is that reflective of the general mood within the camp? Yeah,
look, to be honest, I don't think that belief's ever wavered from the word go. Like from when we started the season, I believe like we've got the quality, and when we get into the playoffs, we'll be a tough match for anybody. I think the players believe that, and I don't think we've ever really wavered from it. But I guess the challenge now for us is like the pressure starting to come on in terms of winning games, and so this is something that we have to deal with as a team. It's relatively new. We kind of had this a little bit last season where we were pushing to get in the playoffs, but this is the evolution of the team, the group, the club. On the women's side of the game, we're trying to kind of be that team that pushes, and so dealing with the pressure of having to win games is part of it if you want to go into the six. So yeah, for us it's a good challenge, and we've been talking about how to embrace that pressure of winning games. But yeah, I'm with Lara. We've got the ability, we've got the quality. We just got to go out and get the points on the board now.